Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is like a long overdue, like highly anticipated tutorial using the Morphe 35O2 palette. Now literally when it came out there was so much hype around it, and I was always meaning to do a tutorial, but like unfortunately kind of work commitments got into the way, and I was always in London, and then I had like sponsorships that needed to get done. So finally I've gotten around to doing this kind of tutorial for you, and to be honest I'm actually really glad I've waited, because I probably wouldn't have done this kind of smoky eye using this palette. I'll just check on the price for you guys because I'm not too sure the price of it. Okay, so it's coming soon to Beauty Bay. Oh, $23. Are you being serious? $23 for this palette? Honestly, it is so worth it. Like, if I'm being honest, $23 is so cheap for what you're getting. Make sure you have your cup of tea with you. You guys know literally whenever I do a tutorial, I'm drinking a cup of tea. So I feel like it's only fair if you guys go get a cup of tea and join me whilst I'm drinking it throughout my tutorial. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. All you gotta do is click the red button below. And if you want a notification every single time I upload, which I'm sure you do, then press the bell button down below. So let's just jump into this tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoy. So first things first, all I'm going to do is take my Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC, and I just kind of swapped to concealer, but going back using this product, I forgot actually how good of an eyeshadow primer this is, and I'm just going to apply that and whack it on using a sponge, because it just saves us time and it just gives us like an even kind of application of eyeshadow primer. And then afterwards, all I'm going to do is take some translucent powder. This one is from Kat Von D, and I'm just going to apply that all over the eyelid to set everything in place. And then here comes the exciting part. I'm going to be taking my Morphe palette, which is the 35O2 palette. I actually can't wait for you guys to try it. And if you haven't and you haven't played yet, like honestly, I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on this palette. But the first shade that I'm going to go in with is called Universal. So I'm going to be taking that on my Morphe M1... No, I'm not. I'm going to be taking that shade on my Morphe M518 brush, and I'm just going to pick a little bit up and start applying this into my crease. And I'm really going to buff this out to like the outer corner and like where my hairline is, because I'm going to create that nice sharp line that I haven't done in such a long time. So yeah, we're going to really drag it out, make it look messy, and then we'll clean it up later. And then I'm going to jump 2 shades over, and I'm going to pick up that shade. I'm also just going to take that into the crease as well. But this time I'm also going to buff it right into the inner corner, because we're going to start doing that like halo kind of sandwich vibe. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take Heat and Brick, and I'm going to mix those shades two together, just to kind of combine those two colours together to make my personalised shade. And I'm just going to go in with my 228 brush from Zoeva and do the same thing again. So on the outer corner, inner corner, and then join it up in the middle. And then to start darkening up the outer and inner corner, I'm going to be taking the shade In the Zone, which is like a mahogany brown. And I'm just going to apply that with my 227. Again, do exactly the same thing, outer and inner corner, and then combine in the middle. But this time, because we're using a smaller brush, you're still going to see like the red and orangey tones kind of peeking through the top. This shade is super, super pretty. Honestly, I can't get over it. I literally cannot get over this palette. It is so damn good. So now it's time to cut the crease, and the products I'm going to be using is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair Beige. I'm going pretty light because I just think I would love the contrast between this really light concealer and then the warm eyeshadow. And then also I'm using my staple brush, which is the NYX 33 Professional Concealer Brush. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the concealer on my brush, and all I'm going to do is just go for it. I'm going to kind of stamp my brush down in the center of my eye and then wiggle it to kind of create that like cut crease. It's kind of difficult when you don't start from the inner corner, because normally I can just kind of swoop it around. So this is a little bit more of like a trickier cut crease to do, but it looks super pretty and it is worth it. And then once you're kind of like happy with this shape, I'm just gonna pop the concealer all the way down, and then I'm gonna feather it out on the edges. This just makes it easier to blend in with the eyeshadow. And then once you're happy with that, all I'm going to do now is just take a bit of that translucent powder that we used first of all to set the primer. And I'm just going to set this concealer in place because I don't want it to smudge everywhere. And then also this will make your life a lot easier when you're trying to blend all the other shades kind of on top of the concealed area. And then now that's done, to start off the blending process, all I'm going to take is Heat and Ablaze. And I'm just going to mix those two shades together on another clean 227 brush. And I'm just going to pat this on where the concealer meets the rest of the eyeshadow, because I want to see like a little bit of warm popping through before we hit the concealer bit in the center. Just kind of makes the blend look really pretty, and yeah, it just gives it an extra like wow factor. And then I'm going to swap brushes. So this time I'm going to go in with the M506 brush from Morphe and do the exact same thing, but this is just going to pack on a little bit more colour. Just to add a little bit of glitter and shimmer, I'm going to be taking Posy. This is a Super Shock shadow from Colourpop. So it just comes out like little specks of glitter like this, which I think is super pretty. You could probably pop this on any single shadow and it would look gorgeous. Like even all over like a brown smoky eye, this would look beautiful. So I'm just going to pop that just on the center where the concealer is to kind of add a little bit of sparkle and just a little bit of something else. Please ignore my chipped nail. I literally just did it and I am so sad. I don't have any time to like go and fix it, but yeah, look at that chip. So pretty. And now all I'm going to do just to darken up the outer corner is pick up some of the black shade, which is called Whiz, on my Morphe M507 brush and just blend it in that outer corner area and then drag it out. So then when we kind of get rid of all this mess that we created, you'll get like a really nice sharp like black line. So then just taking a makeup wipe, this is just a simple one, and I'm just going to clean up the underneath bit and then create a straight line going out. So for eyeliner today, I'm going to be taking my favourite Maybelline Master Precise eyeliner, a really thin line going across the eye just to hide the lash band when we apply lashes. Okay, so let's get on to the face makeup and then we'll finish off the eyes. Honestly, I just love tea, it is life. I'm just going to wash my sponge because it is disgusting. Just, you know, out of curiosity, if you guys are wondering, my brush cleaner that I've been using recently is insane. And it is the, you know, like Beauty Blender. It's from that same like brand, but it's called Liquid Blender Cleanser. And it says it's an improved formula, but it is so good. I mean, like, my sponge is now like squeaky clean. So I've only been using it for a couple of weeks and I absolutely love it. To start with, I'm going to be taking my Benefit Professional Primer. I have actually been loving using this product recently. My skin, touch wood, has gotten a lot clearer. Hallelujah. I honestly thought I was going to have to go back on Roaccutane. But anyway, as I was saying, I just like to get rid of some texture that I've got. So if I do break out, which is normally like around here and some texture underneath my eyes and around my nose, that kind of thing, I just like using this to smooth it all out. So I'm just going to apply probably like a pea size of this on the back of my hand and then rub it into my skin, just where it needs it. I haven't used this foundation in ages, but I just fancy using it, and it is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. I'm Whiz in the shade Medium Tan Honey. Obviously, I'm not tanned at the moment, so this is probably going to be a bit dark for me, but I do not care. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit of this on the back of my hand. And then I've just been loving having like a glowy complexion recently. So I'm just going to take the iconic Illuminator in Original. And I'm just going to literally put a couple of drops of this in with the foundation. And then I'll kind of mix it in using my finger like this. Make a little concoction on the back of my hand. Oh, actually, I think this shade's going to be okay for me. Ooh, yes, I actually think it's going to be fine. So now, grabbing my sponge, I'm just going to blend this all in. Oh yeah, this is fine. What is that noise? I literally love the feel of this foundation. It's so like velvety. For concealer, I'm going to be taking my Morphe concealer in Macchiato. And I'm just going to apply this in the normal areas. So underneath my eyes, down the center of my nose, in the middle of my forehead, on my lip and chin. This is like the same texture as the Tarte foundation. This is why I'm applying it, because I feel like it would work really nicely together. It may not, but That is the method behind this madness. It's a very similar texture. Kind of feels like mousse, but they're not. And then, because I'm just going to be extra bougie today and I fancy applying 2 highlighters to my face, I'm just going to take a little bit of Iconic London again. I'm going to apply this with a sponge on kind of the high points of my cheekbones and then just like above the brow to give me a glowy complexion. And then later on, when we powdered and stuff, I will go in with another highlighter to kind of add a little bit more glow. This has just been what I've been doing recently and I've had so many compliments, so I just thought I might as well show and tell you guys what I've been doing. A little bit here and a little bit here. For powder, I'm just going to take my Kat Von D powder in Petal and I'm just going to apply a little bit underneath my eyes. I'm going to make sure I'm not going over the highlighted area because I still want that glow to shine through. I just want to kind of give my under eye a little bit extra coverage. And then I might take it on the side of my nose ever so slightly. I did tell you guys I was going to be extra bougie and use another highlighter to go on top of my already highlighted face. But I am going to be using the Sleek highlighting palette, the Solstice palette. I used it again the other day and I forgot how much I love it. So that is what I'm going to be using. I'm just going to dip into this kind of peachy highlighting shade here. And then just apply a little bit to kind of like the highest points of my cheekbone. Ooh. I just whacked my hair in my eye. Ow. Just so you've got like a soft glow going on here and then all of a sudden you hit the highest point and it's like boom. Just gonna go down the middle of my nose. Sorry guys, I have a really exciting thing coming up next year, like really exciting. So that's why I've got my phone on and I'm just waiting for messages. For my bronzer, because I am looking rather pale, which is not what I like. I'm going to go in with my Buxom bronzer in the shade Maldives. It has like little specks of shimmer, but I mean teeny tiny little specks that you're not going to see. But I just, at the moment, I've been loving being glowy. Have you heard that new song from Jason Derulo? On your tiptoe. Honestly, it's so good. It's so catchy. I'll like leave it in the description box below because if you haven't listened to it, you have to. It's like one of those songs that you put on in the morning and then like your day just goes really well because you're in a really good mood. Do you know what I mean? So for my blusher, I'm going to be taking the NYX Ombre, I was going to say Flush Blush, but it's not. It's Blush Fard Ombre. Fard? Guys, I am so bad at pronouncing things and it really winds me up. Anyway, it's in the shade Mauve and it's so pretty. So I'm just going to take that on my Iconic London Skanky Dirty brush. I will wash them this week. They're due wash. And I'm just going to pop this on the apples of my cheeks. Cool, so let's finish off the eye makeup and then we'll sort out the lips. The first shade that I'm going to pop down on my lower lash line is the first shade that we use as our transition shade, which is called Universal. And I'm just going to take that on my Morphe M506 brush and I'm just going to apply this all the way along. And then I'm just going to take one other shade and pop this on top, and that is going to be the In the Zone kind of like mahogany brown shade. Oh shit, I just dipped it into the black. That is not what I wanted. For in my waterline, I'm just going to be taking the Buxom Cool Me Crayon Liner and I'm just going to pop that on my top and bottom waterline. Probably one of the creamiest like pencil eyeliners I've ever used, and it lasts so long, and because it's waterproof, obviously it just stays in the waterline, doesn't like smear anywhere, doesn't go like in your eye. So I actually love this eyeliner. And then I'm going to apply some mascara to my top and bottom lashes before we apply some falsies. So for my lashes today, I'm going to be taking these from Pinky Goat. These are in the style Maha. I absolutely love Pinky Goat lashes. I feel like they're one of my favourite lash brands right next to Lily Lashes. Oh, I love these lashes with this makeup look. Oh, I like these. Hello. So for my lips, I want to go for like a brownie colour, but nothing too crazily dark. So first of all, I'm just going to go in with my MAC Oak lip liner, and I'm going to kind of overdraw my lips just a little bit and kind of shade in just the outer corners, because I feel like with the liquid lipstick, it's always kind of a little bit tricky. I'm just going to pop this down a little bit. I feel like it's too high. Is that better? That's better. And then for my actual like lip colour, I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Ashton. It's been a long time since I've applied this colour. Well, that's super wonky. Alright guys, that's it for this makeup look. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, you know the drill. You can click the thumbs up button and let me know your thoughts, feelings in the comment section below. You can also find me on all other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. It's all Amy's Makeup Box. I've made it really nice and easy for you guys to find me. So until next time, I love you guys and I'll see you soon.